not only did they fall in love with the idea of you, I'm going to check you here and say you also fell in the love of the idea of them. The fact that they are ghosting you, and maybe it wasn't a relationship and it was still early on and it still was a situationship and all those things, and you're heartbroken, you're sad, and you're like, oh my God, I miss them, and blah, 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 and whatever you want. It's like, honestly, at the end of the day, what you need to understand is that you were dating a mirage. That's all it was. You were just dating a mirage. Everyone has some ounce of love bombing in them when they first meet someone. And it's not out of malice. In the early stages of dating, that's the inception, the spark of the honeymoon phase, because you're so excited. There's so much endorphins and so much serotonin and so much, oh my God, this person's amazing. I want to win them over. And da. So we all have a level of ability of that. But other people who don't really want to be with you to begin with, they're projecting that just to get what they want. So if you're wondering, how can he give me so much energy? How can he give me so much love? How can he, throw my legs up and throw me to the side and into the kitchen and back again? If you're wondering all that and yet he ghosted you, it's because he just wanted to win you over. It was just an ego trip for him. That's all it was. So, and it really wasn't about an emotional human connection. And if it did start to get that way and he ran away, that says exactly what his capability was. It got too real, so he had to run. It got too real, so it was like, oh, this isn't conducive to why I'm here. You didn't get to know them long enough to even really say, oh, no, this would have been it. This would have been the person. No, it freaking wouldn't, because guess what? You didn't know that they would ghost you. You didn't know. And you're probably thinking, no, Eli, you understand. He was so nice to me. He was so good to me. He was so this. It could have been amazing. It could have been that. That's what's making you struggle. That right there is making you struggle. One, you're taking it personally, and you think you deserve this in some capacity, or this was because of you. And two, you're thinking, oh, what could have been? Why the hell would you want a guy that ghosted you back? Why the hell would you want a guy that would disrespect you like that back? Why the hell would you want someone to come to your birthday party and say, leave and say, oh, no, please come back. Please, we have chocolate cake. Oh my God, they're going to play Smash Mouth All-Star, and then we're going to do musical chairs. Please don't leave us, Esteban. Please, you're not going to do that. And if you are doing that, what does that say about your level of self-love and self-respect for yourself? If we let these people, in particular what we're talking about with men, come into our lives and just leave, and yet we make ourselves feel less than because their inaction is correlated to our self-worth, then we're in a really dangerous place in terms of love, dating, and relationships. And that is something I have to have you really be self-aware of. So if you're struggling through the healing process of a ghoster, they are literally giving you confirmation. And if anything, you're giving yourself confirmation of what you need to work on. Okay, because you can't control these people. You can't control ghosts. You can't even touch them. Your hands will go right through them, let alone trying to make out and touch their butts. It's not going to happen. They're ghosts. So we need to ask ourselves if we're letting this external action of the lack of character of another human being correlate to our self-worth, and what is the action plan that we got to have for ourselves. And then I get it. You're constantly thinking of, okay, what could have been, what could have been, what could have been, what could have been. Again, it was a mirage. All he was giving you was a sprinter's pace. That's it. And I will say this, every man runs out of steam. Every man runs out of damn steam. Ain't no man going to be buying you flowers and chocolates every single damn day. In this economy, with this inflation, it doesn't even make financial sense, let alone romantic sense. But you got to check yourself too. You're very different in the beginning of the relationship to like year 3. So this is all men. And I say all this to say that this person who may have given you a mirage of love and abundance and action and all that, and you're thinking, oh my God, I can want to keep having that because that's what it could have been forever. No, it wouldn't have. You had a due date, and he just saw you with an expiration date. He saw a big expiration date on the top of your forehead while you guys were making out and sharing milkshakes. That's all that he was thinking. And I think it's really important that you hold yourself down and realize that.